Behind me, right there, well, you can't really see my hand, but in the middle of the screen there, you see a big white elongated penis type thing. Well, that's Washington, D.C. I'm here in Washington, D.C., as I said I would be. Where do we start? Fuck's sake, man. When I was a Marine, and I am a Marine, you know what? I used to say ex-Marine. I'm a fucking Marine, man. 0311, infantry. Served in war, combat veteran. Experimented on by the traitor Bill Clinton, who flew on the Lolita Express many times to go rape children on Jeffrey Epstein's fucking private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Raping children. Along with Alan Dershowitz, Prince Andrew, and many more. And little did I know when I took an oath to uphold the supreme law of this land, in this here Republic of the United States, where the founding fathers of this country had the balls to stand up to the British Empire. Literally, King George, you bitch, cunt the third. You go piss off. And the British Empire at the time, which is Rothschildsville. The Rothschilds took it over in the 1700s. They still own that country. And they own this country. I did a video at the Federal Reserve the other night, again in Washington, D.C. I'll put that out when I can, hopefully in the next day. I am, before I get into other business, yes, I'm at risk. You bet I am. No matter how much they've cut me off from my main YouTube channel, no matter how much they've cut me off from every means of communication, no matter the fact that I've been homeless, literally, for the first time in my life at 50 and 51, I'm a happy man. I'm a good man. I will never commit suicide. Ever. Period. I will fight to the end unless I get to retire, and I'm far from retirement because this fucking country that I was born into, that I swore an oath to uphold its supreme law. This nation is run by a fucking pedophile named Joseph Biden, a traitor. Flat out. Flat out. Where are the red-blooded American patriots? Take that fucking flag, put it down, exercising your Second Amendment. Because the government has gone rogue. And it's in your face. In my face. And it's our children who will suffer. So fuck me, I don't care. I will die with honor. But I'm not a stupid man. I'm looking for the patriots. Where are you? I was in Philadelphia where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Back when this country had some men with balls. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal, each endowed with equal and inalienable rights, including the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The country had balls back then. I'm hoping we reach down and grab a fucking hold now. Really? Even though I renounced my U.S. citizenship, even though I burned my passport, I did so because I saw decades ago this country is run by traitors. Openly. And Americans got fat and happy. Little too comfortable. Part of why I like being homeless. I like being put in prison. I like being fucking tortured. All of which has happened in the last year and a half. Never mind being murdered. Yes, I was dead, on the ground, and God brought me back for a fucking reason. So, treason. Treason. The current president of the United States of America, who is right next to that big penis over there, that Washington Monument, Insecurityville. You don't have a big penis, so you gotta make one. Right next to that big thing, Joe Biden sits in the White House. Now, I tried to get next to the White House. I did the other day, and the Federal Reserve. I made a video there in front of both. I have something I need to say about Palestine. I will never turn my back on Palestine. Ever. And I said it, I made a video about it when Trump gave the key to the White House to Netanyahu. I said it then, I say it again. Fuck you for that, Donald Trump. And fuck you for all your cozying up to Israel. I was willing over the last 2 or 3 months to start entertaining the idea that Donald Trump actually does love this country. And I had solid reasons to believe so. I'm questioning it now. But no matter how I feel about Donald Trump in the end, between him and a pedophile or Hillary Clinton before that pedophile, you got to go with Trump. And if he is doing the devil's bidding like all the rest of them, the whole U.S. Congress, the state capitals over there too, running like little cowards. And all the media has said that those who committed insurrection, what is insurrection? It's getting up off your ass and doing what needs to be done when your government is being run by traitors. You insurrect. How did this country get formed? A revolution. Was it a nonviolent protest? No. It was violent and bloody against the most powerful empire that legitimately has ever existed. The British Empire. The sun never sets on the British Empire. And the Rothschilds took that over in the 1700s, and they took it over here, right next to that fucking thing out there. The Federal Reserve, they own this country. They own it. Do you not know this? Do you not care? Do you want to see America go down? I don't blame many of you, including my Palestinian family, including my Syrian family, including all Muslims who keep hearing about this thing called radical Islam. That's fake Islam. No real Muslim does anything but love Jesus of Nazareth, a Palestinian. Jesus of Nazareth, born in Bethlehem. I've been there. That man was hated by the banksters, the Talmudic group. They hated him to the point that while they had the Romans do the deed, just like they had me and other Marines go fight their fucking bankers' wars, because they're fucking cowards. All of you. Fucking cowards. I give due credit to Stanley Kubrick, a Jew that I love. Lest YouTube try and fucking ban me for anti-Semitism. Never mind my family being Semitic. I don't hate anybody. Even the pedophiles. I pity them. And I know it's God's will that justice is served. Where are the videotapes? Q, JFK Jr., if you are alive, as I believe you are at this point, I'm wondering, where are the fucking Epstein tapes? They need to come out now so we can see Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, and all the other fucking traitors over there raping children. And I was born right next to the Bohemian Grove in Napa, California, where all sorts of satanic ritual sacrifice takes place. In fact, they're probably celebrating tonight, laughing at us, mocking us. You must be fucking joking. Treason, that is a crime. And I love the law. But when the law and voting and academia and media and Hollywood and pedophiles run the fucking country, then fuck it. I will rescind my oath if this continues, because my oath includes following the orders of the commander-in-chief, which presently is a fucking pedophile traitor whose son did $1.5 billion deal with the chairman of the Chinese Communist Party. Bobulinski on Fox, and Fox can go fuck themselves as well. Still cozying up. I saw a story about Bethlehem, how the Muslims are kicking out or booting out all the Christians. Bollocks. A true Muslim, as opposed to radical Islam, as Trump has called it. Fake Muslims like ISIS, Israeli Secret Intelligence Services. Fake Muslims hate Jesus because they're actually crypto Jews. And just like the Jews crucified and hate Jesus, and I've been to Israel, I've had Jews tell me direct, we fucking hate him. Oh, by the way, according to their Talmud, Jesus is boiling in hot excrement in hell. And his mother Mary, oh, she's a whore, according to the Talmud. And that is exactly how all of us, worst of all, our children, shall be treated. And according to the Talmud, by the way, a Jewish man, according to the Talmud, I'm only reciting religious texts of a certain religion. According to the Talmud, the chosen ones can rape our children, goy children. Yes, it's in there. And it's as if they were, quote, hit with a stick. They're not allowed to rape without a real slap on the hand a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old. But from 3 years on, it's in the Talmud. Now imagine if that was in the Quran. Oh, by the way, the Prophet Muhammad, I'm covering many bases here because who knows if these are my last words. Share this shit at fucking will. Spread it far and wide. According to Islam, true Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, who was given the word of God, who didn't know how to read or write, recited, documented the Quran, which is a beautiful book. Although I don't agree with everything in it, I agree with the vast majority of it. And guess what Jesus is according to true and real Muslims? He's the same as the Prophet Muhammad. He's a prophet. Every genuine Muslim loves Jesus of Nazareth, the Palestinian. They do. So, I have to say, it's a bit fucking cold out here. I went into Washington, D.C. You can't get, the closest I could get was a mile away. The only reason why I didn't walk was because I wouldn't be able to go live like I am now. Can't do it on my phone, so my laptop is set up with a hotspot, and so I'm doing it this way. I really want everyone on YouTube, and Jewbook to download these videos, this video right here, download it, and share it. VK, the new option for Facebook, and many other mediums are not being censored. Yeah. So share it. I went into Washington, D.C. as close as I could get, a mile away. It is a police state. I have expressed and will continue to express to every single cop I see love and respect. To those who say defund the police, go fuck yourself. If they're going to defund the police, defund it in Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Manhattan, and let us take away your private security while we're at it and see how long you last. You ain't going to last long. Oh, believe you me, in this life and the next, you're going to pay. And with regard to pedophiles, when those tapes come out, God willing, inshallah, when those Epstein tapes come out, the method they use to control all of these prostitute traders in the Congress and in the White House, it's a videotape of them raping a child so they can join the club. That is the way our world is functioning. Very much in the grip of Satan himself. who must be having a real special celebration tonight with his son Lucifer. It's biblical. This generation now, is going to define the future of not only our existing children, but future generations, if we even have it. Which brings me to the Samson option. Part of why I say the unsayable. Part of why I take the risk I take. Part of why I will never bow to anyone but God. This future may not even be a future. Nuclear Armageddon via the Samson option. I've said it before copious times. I say it again. Google Samson option. And what that translates to in the modern era is a nuclear Armageddon if Israel feels its existence is threatened. Well, Jesus told us about the synagogue of Satan. Jesus. I'm only quoting Jesus. Surely that's allowed. Copy this shit and spread it. ASAP. According to the Samson option, if Israel's existence is threatened, and oh boy, is it, if God has his way, the so-called chosen ones are going to be chosen for a fate of which they don't like in this life and the next. If they feel their existence is threatened, they're going to blow up the world. I've been to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I've met survivors. Talk about hell on earth. That's what this fucking current state of affairs involves. So what does it matter if I die anyway? Or end up in prison being tortured again? Who the fuck cares, man, if we're all fucking dead? And like a coward, we turned our back on the truth. We did not heed the words of Jesus, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And we killed our children and destroyed the planet that God has blessed us with, this bountiful planet. I still believe in the golden age. If you want to know me, watch The Last Druid on YouTube. The dearest man, Ben McBrady, who comes from the very area where my family is from. My name is Kenneth O'Keefe. My birth name was Kenneth Roy Nichols. I changed it to Kenneth Nichols O'Keefe when I married my second cousin. Yes, I did. I was in love. I took her name when I saw that marriage certificate, but my true family name is O'Donnell. Google that shit. I am descended from Irish nobility. Ben McBrady, for all I know, is a direct relative of mine. And like a true Celt, there's plenty of wanker Celts out there too, sadly, but they've lost their Celt roots. Just like many fake Muslims, they don't have anything Islamic about them. The true Celt, well, hell, you know the movie Braveheart with William Wallace? And even in that movie, that's the Scottish Celts who stood up to Longshanks, who endured torture to insane degrees, and all he had to do was submit, and he refused. Freedom is more important than life. As Patrick Henry said, give me liberty or give me death. That's a man. That's the founding fathers of this country. And we've shamed them to let it get this far. In Washington, D.C., I've seen the National Guard, police everywhere. It's all red lines all around the White House. Maybe they're a little bit insecure in Washington, D.C. today. I wonder why. Maybe they're concerned that the real American patriots who actually put down the fucking stars and stripes for just a moment or two exercise their Second Amendment, all very lawful. And if the government's gone rogue, then, well, best you do something about it, eh? The way of Palestine is the way of the world. My love for Palestine will never end. I can't even tell you stories about why I haven't been as, vocal about all my love for Palestine and in particular Gaza. That's my family there. When I'm rich, if I make it this year financially, I may even do a crowdfund to buy the fucking ship that's sailing right to Gaza. Of all the things I want to do when I'm rich, that's the first fucking thing right there. And as I did on the Mavi Marmara 10 years ago, 11 actually, disarming 2 of 3 Israeli commandos on a ship where they murdered 10 people, 6 of them provably executed, including point-blank range shots to the head. Furkan Doğan, an American citizen and Turk. You don't know his name. 19-year-old boy going to medical school. If he had survived the Mavi Marmara, he didn't survive it. I did. And he didn't disarm commandos. He was just taking pictures. I disarmed commandos. Israel knows full well who I am. And they're behind those that murdered me. But God brought me back. I know I'm here for a reason. And whether I get to see the day in which I've worked for, I don't know. And to be honest, as much as if I have a choice, I would choose to see it, I'd rather die in pursuit of it than live in servitude for even a moment. I bow to God. Thank you, God. I love you, God. I'm a happy man, but I'm as passionate as ever. And for those who say, oh, yeah, he ain't what he used to be, I've been homeless, you know. I've been fucking on the road and on the street. And I ain't been begging for money. In fact, I love the hard times. But it's been a challenge. And to all the homeless people who probably aren't watching YouTube or Facebook right now because they're fucking homeless, love and respect to you. To the 22 American service members a day committing suicide, where's that in the fucking news? 22 a day committing suicide. God bless you all. And if you committed crimes in the commission of your duties as a service member, God help you. God help you. War is hell. You don't want your kids going to war. Believe me. As a combat U.S. Marine veteran, believe me, a lot, they don't ever recover. And if they don't commit suicide, they take up drugs, alcohol, become homeless, beat their wives, lose their family, gamble it all away, whatever. There's a million different ways that story is told once you send your son or daughter off to a war, especially when it's a banker's war. We haven't even had a respectable, genuine, honorable war since really the Civil War. And before that, the Revolutionary War. Arguably the War of 1812, but there's a little bit more to that story. For those of you who've helped me along the way, in whatever way, most of you, it's not financially. Some of you have helped me financially, and believe me, you know, when you're wondering how you can, like, keep warm and, you know, have some level of comfort, it helps. But I'm never going to be a beggar. I simply accept the good tidings of those who wish to help me with the resources they have. I have resources. They don't include finance at this point, but hell, I've got one hell of a strong heart. I will not bow. I took my oath seriously, and I will only rescind that oath in the coming days if something isn't done here. Because I will not follow the orders of the commander-in-chief who presently sits in the White House just a few miles from me right here. No fucking way. So, as a matter of due process, I shall rescind the oath. I should be charged with treason for doing that. And if this country had any honor left, I should be. As should all traitors. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You break that oath, that's treason. The punishment for that, death. As far as I know, Donald Trump brought back bullets and the noose for executions in this country. But somehow I don't see Biden hanging himself or all his cohorts, all of his accessories to treason and pedophilia. I don't think that's going to happen. How about we affect the law on Joseph Biden and all the other traitors who meet the legal, lawful definition of treason? As a law-abiding man, I merely want the law to be applied. Call me crazy, and I hold myself to the very same standard. Will I ever touch a child I don't even watch children because of the risk of being falsely accused of touching them inappropriate. I can't even do that. And I love children in a fatherly way. I love them. They're innocent. They're not corrupted yet. And yet I can't even do that. Literally. So I stick with non-humans, dogs, cats, cows. I will be vegan again, but for now, I just really can't afford the vegan diet. It's too expensive. I was at my best when I was vegan, funny enough. But I had to switch when I sought political asylum. I'm also on the verge of requesting political asylum. I cannot get, if this country goes to hell in a handbasket and the patriots don't rise, I'm in danger. And I've been denied my Irish passport. Fuck off to the Irish bureaucrats. Fuck you for abandoning your Celtic Irish brother. Fuck you. And even the U.S., oh, surprise, surprise, even though I renounced, I am, according to America, a U.S. citizen. They never accepted my renunciation, ever. To the contrary, they kept giving me back passports even after I burned them. I shit you not. If I have the ability, I will write my book. If I do a crowdfund, it's going to be for pre-sales of my autobiography, because my life is truly a Hollywood movie you wouldn't fucking believe. And yet the vast majority of it is not only provable, it's so on record, some of it's on video. Unless your eyes lie to you, it's true. So I believe I covered everything there. What's it, 30 minutes standing out in the cold outside of the District of Criminals, otherwise known as Washington, D.C. I don't know what these comments are saying, and let's see. Hamza Muhammad, I am in Washington, D.C. Presidents are selected, not elected. I've been saying selection, not election for a long time, but I condemned Donald Trump the whole time, really, until recently, and I gave him a reasonable doubt. As it stands right now, I believe I have been wrong. Going to reserve judgment for a couple more days at least. We'll see. If I have the opportunity, I'm going to start a live blog / webcast, KOK69.com. That is my domain. KOK69.com. Go there, subscribe, and stay tuned. I intend to be going live, possibly daily, and interactive. So if you want to join me, if you want to talk to me direct, you'll be able to do that, but only at KOK69.com. I've never pumped my websites or any of that bullshit before, but you know what? It's time, and I got a lot to say. I can give you history lessons, law lessons, psychology, philosophy, and just have a good time and play some music. Dance. I dance too, man. I can boogie. You can have a good time while taking things very seriously. I don't want to talk this political shit all the fucking time, but when people say, "Oh, I don't talk politics," then you don't engage with what is running this world right now, so-called politics. Who the fuck likes politics? You're fucking nuts if you like it, especially in its current state of affairs. But back in the day when the founding fathers politically created this thing known as the Republic of the United States, Did you not like politics then either? If you lived back then you were a fucking asshole just waiting for others to do the work so you could sit, get fat and happy and fucking bitch at the TV while you do nothing but sell your children into slavery. Whatever, dude. Fuck off. Comments. I say again, KOK69.com. Go there. And I say, download this video. There's tools, there's ways to download Facebook and YouTube videos. If you don't know, Google it. You'll figure it out. Download these videos. I hear gunshots over there if it ain't fireworks. I know what gunshots sound like. I even know what it sounds like for bullets to fly by, both as a Marine and also in Gaza. Actually, that was Gaza. It makes a very distinctive sound. I promise you, if a bullet whizzes by, you'll remember the sound. Anyway, I thought I heard a couple of gunshots, but Washington, D.C. is a very violent city. A lot of disenfranchised people. I saw on Pennsylvania Avenue, I actually got to touch it in my vehicle, but blockaded. But I saw homeless people in tents on Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh, and there's fucking cities of homeless people in this great nation, the richest nation in the world. Fuck them, I guess, eh? Because they're all a bunch of bums, right? Challenge your preconceptions. Assume nothing. Take nothing personal. That's easy for me. Speak impeccable word. Always do your best. The Four Agreements. Great book. At KOK69, you'll not only get that, but products that I use. Assuming I get a... I'm not assuming. Oh, caught myself. If I'm able, then I will share with you how this 51-year-old who's been through a lot is so fucking healthy. Really. Mind, body, and soul. Strong. How? Because I cooperated with the temple God gave me, which is my own body. I take care of it, and I'll share with you how and even provide the products to help you in that endeavor. If you're overweight, if you're unhealthy, and there's many things I can recommend. And if you buy it from my website, well, hey, I get a piece of it. Instead of charity, I get a little piece of the product that I'm referring you to, and I'm sure I'll be working out discounts anyway. Because there are companies, honorable companies, of which I am a patron, and ultimately their products work, and I'm living proof. Otherwise, I'd be a miserable, bitter mess. And I'm the opposite of that. You know, there's a saying, you're never more alive than when you're in a fight for your life. That's why I'm so fucking alive. And I don't want to be that comfortable while children are starving, being raped, and otherwise being denied even the ability to be children. Literally. I don't want to be that comfortable when my fellow human beings, most vulnerable, which children, are paying this horrible price for our sloven cowardice. And never mind the non-humans and factory farms and, oh my God, the atrocities committed to the tune of billions of sentient creatures sacrificed every day so that we can pollute our bodies with adrenaline, adrenochrome, look it up, and hormones and pesticides and all the shit that collects in the pesticides ultimately is in the flesh that we eat. And I was never better than when I was vegan. I rescued turtles by the dozens. I fucking made a marine sanctuary. I made the United States of Hypocrisy about the stolen nation of Hawaii. Love and respect to all my Kanaka Maoli brothers and sisters. I am a Hawaiian national. I am a Palestinian national. I am an Irish national. I am an American national as well. And I'm a world citizen. There you go. World citizen right there. Boom, boom. KOK69.com. I'm starting to get a little cool. I will look at the comments when I get a chance, and I will do my best to reply to everybody who asked me a question or said whatever you had to say. It's time for me to get a little warmer, and but not too comfortable, but a little bit comfortable. God bless you all. To the American patriots, the real ones, I know you're out there. I love you. I respect you. to Palestine, there is no nation I love more. And when you win, we win. So best you stop turning your back on Palestine and buying into the Jewish-controlled media's fucking lies about the Muslims and Palestinians, which is where Jesus is from. Jesus is a Palestinian. I am a Palestinian. Right now, I feel way more Palestinian